think if you can help parents identify, if you can sell the school system or their involvement to them, and that's what you do in any sales program, is be able to go and tell someone, look, I'm not selling you an education, I'm selling you something bigger than education. I'm selling you some days and nights and years and experiences that your children could have, that that they can have, that you have not experienced. So you want to sell parents not just to losing up their kids coming to school for 185 days a year, but that they're coming to school to get a freedom that their parents have yet to obtain.
It's so much that has happened this year, so many changes that have occurred, including changes of leadership, how central office is structured, how decisions are made, that this is a learning curve for everyone. And so it's understandable that it's going to be a little bit slow starting out and understanding this whole concept of choice. You know, traditionally, we have been a school system where students go to the school that's closest to them, their neighborhood school. What we're doing instead is saying, okay, let's provide all these really attractive options for families. And let's let them choose not only the school that's closest to them, but all of the schools that fit in within a zone. So the district is divided up into 4 zones. And so within each zone, there's transportation provided. So a family can choose any school within that zone and know that they can either walk to the school or have transportation provided. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't attend school elsewhere in the city, but you would have to provide your own transportation.
We developed something called student-based budgeting, and what student-based budgeting is it's a budgeting methodology that allocates funding to schools based on the individual needs of the students that attend those schools.
That's one example of where that $14,000 figure comes from. It gets inflated by things like teacher salaries, cost of real estate in a district like this. But what we're trying to do more of is, instead of having those $14,000 being spent on central office issues, like the salaries of people like me, people here in the central office making decisions for the school district, we're trying to put as much money in the classrooms and in the school system itself.
In the school environment, parents don't feel welcomed. So when they go into a school and the security guard is there, the security guard is not saying those things to them. The security guard says to them, sign in here because you have to sign the book. That's not welcoming. So from that point on, that parent doesn't feel welcomed. So we need to open up our doors, have customer service training, whatever we need to do to ensure that these parents feel welcome in their schools.
And I think we should, again, begin anew. And a part of my high dream is to come together with parents first and dream about what they would like to see for their children, how they would like to see them educated.
Well, we're creating inclusive cultures where the students, the parents, the community, it's a community school. Everyone feels comfortable and has an environment, has a place within that environment.
The way we're addressing that is saying, okay, every school has a very unique design. Every school is going to have every student and every parent sign a compact that says, if I'm part of the school, I'm contributing to the environment, the culture, the climate of the school. I believe in the school and in this design, and I've chosen to come to this school. So that's part of the Your Choice system of schools process we're going through. And until we start telling students, you own the school, you own the learning environment, it's going to be what you want it to be, we're not going to see those changes.
I think there's 2 main things. I think it's the youth, I think it's y'all, right? Being concerned, being angry. You're asking me, if I'm angry, I would throw it back at you. Do you get angry by what you see in your schools? Because that's what's going to motivate you to make the schools better, right? And then the second piece is doing it together collectively, just like right now. The 3 of you are doing this project. This is going to impact other people. They're going to see this project. They're going to want to be connected, right? And so turning that interest, that anger into a project that allows students to organize collectively to make the schools better is probably the best way.
Education is one of the keys, life keys for success. And I think what we put in our heads, what we put in our brains, how we exercise this muscle, there's unlimited potential. And I think if I could say and give advice to young people today, I would say, put something in your mind. If it ain't happening at school, you read a book, you get on the internet. There is no excuse now for us not engaging our minds.
No matter where you come from, no matter what your circumstance, there is nothing that you can't achieve. Nothing. You know, people have this tendency to say, oh, well, you know, these kids are poor, they come from the projects, maybe a parent is incarcerated, maybe a parent has substance abuse issues, you know, maybe a parent isn't working. It's not about where you're from, it's about where you're going.
I hope that it will show them, you know, what is really going on inside the school system, because we've talked to a lot of students that attend school in Hartford. We've talked to parents that are actively involved in the child's school. You know, we talk to a lot of people, and even people on the street know that something's up with the Hartford school system. I'm most proud of putting the effort towards helping Hartford students get a better education. You know, even though I can't do it single-handedly, I'm putting forth the effort, and I think that counts as something.